Hello, and welcome back to San Antonio Reviews. Today we'll be reviewing El Puesto Mexican Restaurant just off of 90 and Old Highway 90. You'll find this restaurant coming down from 90 on the right-hand side, going towards General McMullen and Commerce. I know the street name can be kind of confusing with Enrique and Barrera being called 90 and possibly General McMullen even, or Commerce in the past, but whatever, let's get past that. Today we're here to talk about the food. Here at this restaurant, the Barbacoa, quite amazing. We'll see that they have a number of different dishes, breakfast and lunch plates. So you'll see that we have some caldo here on the scene. Really great and actually quite filling in comparison to many other things. You would think that this would not be that filling for a big person. I can eat quite a bit, and this one was actually remarkably quite filling. And it probably was the amount of liquid and rice here, but this is really great. Super fresh vegetables, and this restaurant is known for having really, really fresh food. Highlights of this restaurant would include the barbacoa is very good and fresh. The avocado is never ugly. It's always fresh and good. It doesn't have any brown usually. It's served really, really well. If you come here between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m., you will get chips and salsa for free. Now, if you get more chips and salsa on top of what they give you for free, then they may charge you. Recently, this restaurant did choose to implement a new rule that if you get more than 2 cups of coffee, you're going to get charged for coffee for every 2 cups of coffee that you drink. So do keep that in mind. If you're a heavy coffee drinker like me, don't get more than 2 cups unless you're willing to pay for 2 or even 3 cups of coffee, so to say, 3 servings of coffee if you drink 6, right? So I'm sure you could do that simple math, and it does add up pretty quick. This restaurant does have a number of competing little restaurants that do breakfast and lunch in the area. This one does open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. from Monday through Sunday. They're here pretty much every day, and I do eat here about 3 or 4 times a week. Usually find some people outside every now and then selling stuff or asking for money. That's very commonplace in this side of town, but the food is very good here. The beans are not homemade. If you want homemade beans, there's a competing restaurant not too far away, Cafe San Luis at 1606 Castroville Road. Now, these 2 restaurants are competing, of course. They're not owned by the same person. They both have great coffee. They both have great barbacoa. But where El Puesto shines is in its menudo. It's very, very good here. I'm not sure about the menudo at Cafe San Luis, but here, which is the restaurant that we're featuring today, you'll see that there's a number of different lunch and breakfast plates available. Recently, they did lift the mask thing where you have to wear a mask. You don't have to wear a mask anymore. They do have a number of different lunch specials, as we will see. Specials do not include the drink. So if the special says that it is $5 or $6, that means it's $5 or $6 without the drink. Here in the surroundings, you'll see what the restaurant looks like. It's actually not a huge restaurant. This is a view from the front. Looking back, you'll see that along the edges here, we have some booths, which is my personal favorite place to sit. But you could choose to sit at tables in the middle, especially if you have a larger party. They will accommodate larger groups if you're able to find 2 adjacent tables that you could fit together, which can be quite difficult. You have seating in the back over there, and restaurant bathroom here to the left where you have male, female. Actually, I think this is kind of like one of those unisex situations where this first bathroom is female, but the other 2 could be male or female. I've seen people go in between those 2. Going forward, you see they have carne asada with cheese on homemade flour tortillas. When you get a plate, you'll be offered corn or flour. You'll see that they have a good lunch special here with shrimp and meat. This is one of those that's probably offered as a special without the drink. So do keep that in mind that you will have to figure in the cost of tip and the drink. Normally, if you come in here, get something like 2 tacos and coffee, or 2 tacos and a Mexican Coke, which they do have. Mexican Coke and Mexican sodas, which are very sweet. Characteristic of the Mexican sodas, just different fruity flavors. You will find that the price will be variable from anywhere from $7 to $14 per person. Usually they don't have stuff that's too expensive, but with these small Mexican restaurants, the price can vary widely. After getting your drink and the tip, it could end up being $15 per person if you order a lot of food. So keep that in mind going in, that it can get quite expensive if you don't watch what you're eating. If you get barbacoa and then avocado on top of that, and then you get another taco, and then you drink 5 cups of coffee, it can really add up. So keep that in mind going in. Other times I've escaped with a bill of $7 when I got 2 simple tacos and a coffee, but that's before the tip. So keep that in mind going in. They do have a number of different plates. One very, very filling plate, the chilaquiles plate, here with potatoes and beans. This is very filling, especially in combination with avocado and adding bacon. This is a really, really great heavy plate for those who need heavy calories or just feel like eating a lot of food. This is a really great plate for you, and the plate is hot when it comes out, so do be mindful of that. If you don't like cheese on your migas, you can order the migas plate without the cheese. This is also another great alternative for those who don't want cheese and grease all over the place. It will cut down on the heaviness of the dish. You'll see that a lot of rice comes with these lunch specials. I'm not too into the lunch. I usually eat breakfast when I come in here in the morning. You will get green salsa offered to you. If you get the chips and salsa, the chips and salsa is red salsa. So keep that in mind. Here's a view from the back looking forward. You will see the Mexican Coke and the other like fruity Mexican drinks up here in the front. Mexican decorations here, and then the cooks and stuff over here cooking in the back. The speed for how quick they cook the food and bring it out, extremely fast. You usually don't have to wait very long. So me being a very busy person, and as I'm sure you are too, if you want your food quick, which is pretty much everybody, right, you can get your food very quick at this restaurant, especially if you're one person. But they do take very good pride in getting the food out super quick. So you hear fish and fries here for a lunch special, and ham and eggs here. Typically the plates are served with beans and potatoes. You can find, this is my picture here, a bacon, potato, and egg taco. You can ask them to make the tortilla tostada if you want it to be a little bit crispy or super crispy. You can do that. You have here some fajitas with some rice and guacamole, as well as pork chops. The pork chops are pretty good. They're not, the best pork chops in the world, but I would give them a 7 or 8 out of 10. The menudo here, absolutely fantastic. As I mentioned earlier, not super salty. So it is very good for those who don't like a whole lot of salt. And if you do like a whole lot of salt, you'll have salt on the side. You can add as much as you want and salt yourself to death. Here's salt with chips and salsa, menu here. You can see what the prices are like. Pretty fair. Many plates here on the back, as well as by the pound beef or chicken fajita, carne asada, steak a la mexicana. You do have shrimp here as well. I've never ordered that. A number of different beverages here, coffee, milk, juice, as well as some other different child's plates there at the top left. You will find some lunch plates here. Now, I haven't really tried a whole bunch of these lunch plates. I have tried one every now and then. The food here really doesn't disappoint, with some appetizers here as well, tortas, and some other little lunch cart and personal orders here on the right as well. We do have some other great dishes here featured by people on Google Maps reviews. And then the milanesa, another common special here with green salsa. And as I said, very, very fresh. Parking accommodations are usually pretty fair. Here in the front, we'll find some parking spaces. And this is another view of that very same place here, El Puesto restaurant. Very hard to miss if you're not looking for it. So do keep an eye on your GPS when you're approaching the restaurant. Here it's pretty open, but this will get crowded. Starting at around 10 in the morning, you'll see that everybody starts waking up and it gets really crowded here in the front, which means that you'll possibly have to park back here in the overflow parking. There is some parking here to the left of the dumpster, which it will smell there. But here in the back along this field, there's plenty of parking, a long stretch of road for you to park along the street. Do secure your valuables, as you don't want any of the local people who break into cars to get into your car. Those are some good tips for you if you plan to eat at this restaurant. As I said, I do eat here quite often, 3 to 4 times a week. It's a really, really great restaurant, and I'm sure you and your family will enjoy it. Absolutely wonderful. So if you enjoyed this review, then I hope that you'll come back and see our future reviews. And if you did, comment, like, subscribe, share, and have a great day.